Hey guys, Elite Legionario here, and today I'm bringing you a 4-player free-for-all on the grassy craplands, flatlands. No, I'm just kidding guys, I don't hate the flatlands, I just get a bit sick of fighting on it all the time. The rules were in this were obviously CWB, but you had to be Rome, so everyone's a Roman faction obviously. I am the Spqr. Originally I was going to face the Julli, because I think his money build was similar to mine, so I thought I'd go with him. But the Brutii deployed very close, so I decided I'd have to fight him. So my army consists of more or less my standard build. Only part I've changed is I've changed my Praetorian cohort to an urban cohort, and the reason I did this is because I suspected everyone else would bring urban, so I thought I'd need to have at least one. So I have one urban cohort as my general, 3 legionary cohorts, gold, my urban's gold as well. I have a legionary first cohort on the right, gold, and basically my plan is, like my standard build, general to rally support from the left, and the first cohort to give moral boosting from the right so that the units hold in longer. I have a town watch to scream as a peeler shield. I have 4 units of gold attack Roman archers and 4 units of gold Praetorian cavalry. My opponent over here, Mysterious Brutii, he has 5 units of gold urban cohort, 3 units of archer auxilia ranging from 3 upgrade attacks or 2 and none. He's got 4, and he's also got 4 gold Praetorian cohort. So he's definitely got an infantry edge, and our archers I'd say he's got better archers, but I've got 1 extra unit, so perhaps there's a tiny bit in his edge, I don't know, but fairly even. Now the important thing to note here is I am going to get the peeler off first, which is very important. If you get the peeler off first, it will ensure that you'll do much better in the infantry battle. But as you can see, these urban cohort have an extremely long range, so he's going to fling some in there, and my peeler shield doesn't completely cover my line. I can't get the whole way, but it will cover the most important parts of the line. So I'm going to get more peeler off first, and he's going to throw his. Interestingly enough, they actually do sort of try to fire over, but as you can see, my peeler shield took most of that. And they screen, and I lose very little. And look, if you look at all those dead urbans, he lost a lot of urbans. He lost about 15 urbans per group, or a couple of those groups, whereas I lost about 2 or 3 men. Over here, the cavalry battles are very even. I'm losing in that part, winning in this part, losing in that part, winning in this part. But I managed to win mine faster, which means I can get other units into support, so I'm going to win that side very quickly. He's going to defeat me on this side, but I've just won this side, so I can tie him up. And that frees up my cavalry on this side to start flanking, and of course the winner of this battle was easily going to be whoever won the cav fight. He's going to try and hammer and anvil this unit, but my archers are going to act like a sponge to absorb it, so I'm willing to sacrifice them in such a fashion so as to slow down his charge. And in that time it takes him to do that, he'll slow down and my cavalry will catch him. Over here I decide to attack the unit pinning down my first cohort so I can free it up, as it's probably my strongest unit. So here I charge in and I route 2 more of his urban cohort. I'm going to route this unit of urban cohort over here as well. Yep. So he certainly had the infantry advantage though, as he had 5 urbans and I only had legionary cohort. But I will not be spamming urbans any more than the absolute maximum I'll probably use is 3. If I'm fighting a very strong opponent, or if it's a massive money game where you just know you're going to have high units like urbans to win that. But otherwise I will not be using them in big numbers, because I just don't like them. I believe them very excessively overpowered, and I'm not going to continue ranting because I've done too much. So I managed to beat my opponent, and always a pleasure to win an army of that build. So as you can see, there's a lot of my guys' bodies there though, so they would have lost if they had been dragged out without the cavalry support. And over here, the Julli player went with a very big non-upgraded army. He went with 6 first cohorts, no upgrades, 4 Praetorian cav, he had 7 Praetorian cav, he broke CWB, and a Roman cavalry. All of it had no upgrades, and he had 3 non-upgraded archer auxilia. The Scipii player had 5 gold urban cohort, 4 gold Praetorian cav, and 4 and 4 or 5 regular Roman archers. So his army was far more upgraded, and he's going to easily be able to beat this this other Roman player because his upgrades are so much better. And I really wish that the Red Roman held out longer, because the Scipii player is just way too powerful. He still has like full urban units, and all my units are half strength, and I can't expect them to fight down an urban build again. Particularly, they're about half strength, but I can't expect them. I wanted them to, but it was very doubtful that they'd be able to beat this Scipii army, because it's practically untouched. If you look at the Julli play, he just got destroyed. He lost a lot less men than I did as Scipii in taking down his opponents, and my men are much more tired. And of course they're not urbans and whatnot. He's more cavalry, he has stronger infantry, he's still got a decent number of archers. All in all, everything's in his favour. So unfortunately, this is going to be very hard, but I'm still willing to give it a crack. But as you can see, if you look at these urban units, look, that unit lost no men. It didn't lose any. This unit, it lost 2 men, I think, but a lot of these urbans are full. Look, this one's only at 58 because it probably was the Peeler Shield, but the others are in their 70s, 80s, that's 77. His Praetorians are still way up in like the 30s. He's a decent number of archers to counter mine. My men, though, have gone down to the 40s and 30s, some are in the 60s. That one's still got 91 in my first cohort. But my cavalry, 2 of them are okay to challenge him, but the rest are under 20. So all in all, he has got a much stronger capacity army than I do. He had a much easier opponent, though. I'm pretty happy, though, because beating 2 urban army builds would be a big ask for an army like mine. But I just like Legionary Cohort. They're just so much more true to Roman, how the Romans really were. Urbans look awesome, don't get me wrong, I think they look absolutely awesome, but they're so historically inaccurate, it's just ridiculous. Whereas Legionary cohorts with a Roman segmenter armour, they just look the Roman part, they're historically accurate and stuff. Taurian cavalry are very unhistorically accurate, but you kind of need them. I could have used Legionary cavalry, but I would have lost the battle if I did. So I don't mind using Praetorians, though, because there's still units out there that can beat them. They're a very good cavalry unit. They give Rome far too much power, though, in conjunction with urban cohorts, particularly considering that Rome historically was not cavalry powered. Well, they used cavalry, but it wasn't a very powerful part of their warfare until much later in their history. So at the time where this game's set, they certainly wouldn't have had a great deal of very good cavalry. But I still like Praetorian cavalry. It's still a cool dynamic to the game. It's just urban cohort that annoy me the most. But when the 2 of them are brought together, they're just like the super spam army. So I'm marching there, guys, so I'm just going to triple speed, because it's just me marching. And I'm not sure if he's got Peeler left or not. He's not sure if I do either, but I do not have a Peeler Shield anymore, and I simply can't afford to sacrifice any of my infantry units as a Peeler Shield. What I should have done was used an archer unit as a Peeler Shield. So we're just vying and bandying for some positioning, but as you can see, he's got cavalry superiority considerably with more numbers. He's got infantry superiority. He's got just about every superiority. The only thing we're even with his archers. So yeah. So I'm just going to speed it again, guys, and he's on his way. And I will charge him in a minute, simply because I want to deny him his capacity with Peeler, because I don't know if he's got any, and I don't think he does. But these urban cohort are hardly touched, and my men are just not going to be able to do it. And what he does is he just gets them into wedge formation here and charges right, and this is where wedge can be very good. And it was a good idea because my men had just not got enough left to do it. I'm bringing my men around to flank, but what happens is they just break right. My centre cracks straight down the middle, and the rest will go in a minute. So here I'm going to charge in, try and hit these urbans, but it's all too late. And my infantry line is about to cave in. So even with all these cav in and my urban cohort in, these other urban cohort have lost like 4 men, so it's pretty ridiculous. Well, they lost more than 4 men, but you know. So basically I am crushed, but I see some openings to get some of his archers and his other Praetorian cavalry here. So I'm going to take it. I want to try and take down as many as I can with me before I die. So he left them exposed, and I'm just going to go out with a glorious bang. And this is what really frustrates me here. I've got 3 units of Praetorians against 1 unit of Praetorian, and it very nearly beats me. And I had more numbers with all 3 of them combined, but it's winning. Even when I get a semi-surround on it, it's still winning. And that was really annoying. Some weird stuff like that happens in Rome, but fortunately my men do manage to break it down. They took down a heap of casualties, and now I'm going to try and get some of his archers just because I can. And my general just got killed, and as you look at this battlefield, I hardly dented his men. This is what I'm talking about with urban cohort, just too bloody powerful. In this kind of situation they prove too powerful. So anyway, I know I'm dead, so I'm just going to try and one last glory charge. But reason he won, basically, I think was, I'm not saying he wasn't a bad play, he was friendly and he played well, but aside from that he had a very easy opponent, no upgrades at all. Even though first cohorts are strong, if they've got no upgrades against gold upgraded urbans, he just had a much easier opponent in my opinion. So good game to these 4 fellas. Well done, generic Spartan name. That was the name of the Scipii player. And I'm just going to triple to the end. And any minute now. So do get a bit tired of playing on the grassy flatlands. Don't get me wrong, it's a good map. Like if you just want a real even balanced game and everything, I think it's a great map. But it's just boring. There's no tactical, you know, kind of. Well, there is and there isn't. You know, you can't sort of use terrain just to your advantage and stuff, which is really a logical thing because you do that in war. So it's a defeat, obviously. But I'm happy. I beat a whole urban-based army with a non-urban army. I'm pretty happy with that. As you can see, he got the generic Spartan name got heaps of kills, more than twice as much, or about twice as much as me, and I was second. But Ezra 14 was a much weaker army, though. That's probably the main reason. So here's statistics. As you see, my legendary cohort, they weren't actually doing that great. My first cohort did, and my urban did alright, but they actually weren't doing all that great. My Praetorian Cav for the ones that won that one over. My Roman archers did pretty good. My Town Watch saved a lot of my infantry from getting cleaned up a lot easier, so if I didn't win that Cav battle, that Brutii infantry would have beaten me. So Captain Julianus fought bravely. He managed to defeat the Brutii, but could not overcome the Scipii. So anyway, good game to generic Spartan name, Ezra 14, and mysterious Bronny. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.